When treating for shock, it's important. There are a lot of videos and even the Mylar blanket companies that talk about, hey, just lay on the ground, put that blanket over the top of you, and you're going to treat for shock. That's not the truth. In all honesty, whether you're injured or ill, if it's very minor, probably is going to work, especially if you're in an urban setting and EMS is only a couple minutes away. However, if you are somewhat remote, or you've got a delay 15, 20, 30 minutes, or you're very injured or ill, shock is going to set in. And once you start to cross the line of mild to moderate shock into severe, you really need to start aggressively treating for that. And that's going to be stopping the cause, elevating that person's feet if they don't have a spine injury, and 3 is trying to maintain and or generate heat for them. So right now, there are a lot of companies out there talking about, hey, grab your orange Mylar blanket, wrap it around yourself, lay in the snow, and you're going to survive. That's absolutely wrong. The snow is going to suck the heat through that blanket out of your body and push you further down the path of shock or hypothermia and kill you. What you need to do when you're treating for shock, especially in a remote setting like this, is get something, a bed of insulation underneath yourself. So if you have a camping mat, if you have a lot of people in your party, you can use other jackets and clothing to create something to get you up off of the ground that's going to suck that heat out of you. Once again, utilizing this 24-inch 33 cutting link pocket chainsaw that we include in our fire kit can help you to gather materials like this. So when we teach remote first aid with a delayed medical response or wilderness first aid, a lot of those folks don't carry camping gear with them. They're out in the river like we are today. They're doing surveys, and they don't have a lot of things to insulate or create insulation. They're working in 1s, maybe 2s, maybe 3 people at a time, and they're going to have to use what's in the environment to create a bed of insulation underneath them. Their first aid kits are very minimal, so they'll carry 2 Mylar blankets and something like this to gather up material, slash, grass, duff, leaves, whatever it may be, to create that bed of insulation. So once again, why we include this in our fire kit is to help you cut this stuff down to create a bed of insulation. Put your Mylar blanket on top of it, or blankets, and then wrap your person in that blanket and treat for shock. Use your hand warmers and start to generate some heat. Also with your fire kit, using this to procure or to gather fuel to create a fire in the vicinity of that person to start generating external heat, because once they transition from mild to moderate, maybe even severe shock, they're no longer going to be able to create body heat internally, and we're going to have to externally create heat to bring their body temperature up and combat and try to fight that shock very aggressively.